Speaking of government lizards, world-renowned government lizard, the original AI, Android, there's Android 16, 17, 18. So Android 19, aka Mark Zuckerberg, is back in the headlines, ladies and gentlemen. Meta reportedly suppressed research about how dangerous VR headsets are for children. Now, I didn't like VR already because anytime I use that shit, you can't use it for more than 30 minutes. It makes me want to throw up. But this is interesting news for those who are VR enthusiasts. Meta has allegedly suppressed research that suggests kids were exposed to certain dangers when using VR headsets, according to a report by the Washington Post. Current and former employees have presented documents to Congress that describe incidents in which children were groomed by adult predators in VR. Oh, this is going something. I was thinking this was going to be physical. This is something completely different. Still bad. This is a Roblox story. Have presented documents to Congress that describe incidents in which children were groomed by adult predators in VR, but allege that internal reports were edited to omit the worst of these offenses. That government lizard has denied these allegations. Two of these researchers claim they met with a German family in which a child younger than 10 had been approached by strangers online while using a Meta VR headset. Some of these strangers allegedly sexually propositioned the child. When the employees issued the harrowing report, their boss allegedly ordered that the aforementioned claims be deleted. When the internal report was eventually published, it spoke of some parents being scared of this type of thing, but didn't mention the above incident. The trove of documents presented to Congress reportedly indicate guidance from Meta's legal team instructing researchers to avoid collecting data about children using VR devices. The memo suggests this is due to regulatory concerns, likely referring to the fallout from congressional hearings that took place in 2021. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know, here on this stream, I always say the top 5 games that attract PDF files include Pokemon, Roblox, Minecraft, Smash Bros. And I always say the 5th is interchangeable. I put Sonic at the 5 spot, but we might have a new official 5 spot in gaming, and it's not a game in itself, but a platform. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 5 might be VR headsets. I'm gonna go ahead and put the warning out. If you got a VR headset, you better be paying attention to what your nieces and nephews, little cousins, brothers and sisters, and kids are doing on that damn VR headset, because I was unaware of this shit. This is weird. The trove of documents presented to Congress reportedly indicated, I read that. The documents also include warnings from employees that children younger than 13 were bypassing age restrictions to use VR headsets. However, Meta has since lowered the minimum age down to 10. This is so fucking gross. Are y'all following this? They are aware that there's a PDF problem on their platform. They said delete the evidence, and then did they bump up the age to 16 or 18? They said no, lower it down to 10. That's fucking disgusting and irresponsible. Meta spokesman Danny Lever told the Post that the documents were stitched together to fit a predetermined and false narrative, and that the company doesn't prohibit research about children under 13. We stand by our research team's excellent work and are dismayed by these mischaracterizations of our team's efforts, she said. She said, ain't none of that shit true, nigga. Don't talk about that. I call cap. The company didn't confirm, because I could definitely see it on VR chat. The company didn't confirm or deny the events regarding the family in Germany. See? We're gonna say all these reports about PDF files on our platform are not true, but when I ask you about certain examples, we don't know the answer to that one. Because as quick as you came out to deny you have a problem on your platform, you should also be as quick to say, no, what they're saying is not true. But you know why they won't say it? Because then they might get sued, and then they might have to prove it in a court of law. So when it comes to specific examples, then, I don't know. The company didn't confirm or deny the events regarding the family in Germany, but said that if the incident was deleted from the official record, it was sure to ensure compliance with U.S. federal law governing the handling of children's personal data or general data protection regulation from the EU. That one prohibits companies from collecting personal information without consent, but the researchers maintain they received consent from the child's mother. They also say they received a signed contract from the mother at the start of the interview. A Senate Judiciary subcommittee is scheduled to discuss these allegations at a hearing later in the week. This particular subcommittee examines laws and regulations regarding online safety. We're going to be keeping an eye on this story, chat. We're going to be keeping an eye on this story. We might have the most dangerous thing on earth might be Roblox on VR headset, because Roblox is already bad, or Minecraft. Those two games are already bad, but you combine it with the VR headset. You shouldn't want your kids on the fucking VR headset anyway. Fuck around and fuck up their vision or give them like a headache. That shit gives me a headache, bro. I wouldn't want my kid in this shit. Let me tell you something. Ain't no game. I know there are a few VR enthusiasts in the chat, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're about 10, 15 years into this shit. There ain't no game on the fucking VR headset that warrants owning one. Besides maybe, what was it, that Half-Life game that came out like a couple years ago? Like one good game comes out every 10 years. It doesn't warrant putting anybody at risk for this shit. Fuck that motion sickness. Not even Batman Arkham. I'm good off that shit. And then the crazy part is too, the games that are really good on VR, they'll come out once every 10 years and them bitches be like 3 hours long. But they last like 15 because you can only play 30 minutes at a time because you get a fucking headache going any longer. Hell no, I be vomiting on myself, be vomiting. Yeah, you get super hot, you get a headache, you run into the wall and shit. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. The $5 boxing game is probably the best thing on there. And then what's the longevity of it? You know, I've seen some funny clips. I know what you're talking about, but what's the longevity of it? Skyrim VR, give it up, bro. That shit came out in 2011, bro. Give it up. So don't act like you ain't here first. I'll put y'all onto this. There's an investigation going in. I will say, Lawrence Bonk, you're a little bit, this is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Irresponsible. This story in specific is not about VR headsets, but it's about specifically MetaQuest and their platform. And you posted a picture of the PlayStation VR. Like, that's a little bit irresponsible. It takes 2 seconds to Google MetaQuest 3 and you put a fucking PlayStation VR headset in that bitch, bro. A little irresponsible, but you know, whatever, I guess. Good old journalism from Lawrence Bonk. In other news, report claims interest in console is declining, especially amongst younger gamers, younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Analysts say console purchases by 18 to 24-year-olds have dropped by 10% 2 years ago to just 3% in 2025. Some gamers blame Sony's lost exclusives, while others point to the rise of PC gaming and cross-platform availability. Now, I have two things to say. A, take this story with a grain of salt. I saw this on my For You page because when I scrolled down, I did not see a link to any type of source. Oh, he said he found the source here. He clipped it out of context. Where's this from? Oh, it's okay. So it's coming from Sarcana. They do analyze. Okay. So there is a source for this. All right. Well, the next thing I'm going to say is it's about damn time, chat. It's about damn time. I'm just going to take this moment to clout myself up as well as the GI podcast. You know, for the last 10 plus years, we've been trying to put everybody on to the value of PC gaming. Yes, you pay more upfront, but you save more money in the long run. Plus, you get a better experience. You don't have to pay for the online. Better performance, better graphics, cheaper games. You can upgrade whenever you want. Also, I really need the few console niggas left to stop spreading the propaganda that you upgrade your PC every year, because I see that. You ain't got to upgrade your PC but once every 5 to maybe 7 years. It's just like a fucking console. And that's if you want to. Because honestly, you could play games on medium. You could play them on low. There's even a mod for potato mode on games. So if you really want to, you could play shit on potato. The point is, there's so many benefits. And then also, we now have Sony exclusives. We got the Xbox exclusives. You also get Game Pass. I think people are finally starting to see the light. So I agree. I didn't say it was taken out. Did it say it was taken out of context? Let me see. Found the source. OP clipped it. Oh, he did say. From Sarcana's checkout service, $100+ income households now account for 43% of US video game hardware purchases, up from 36% just a few years ago. Only 30 hardware purchases during the 12 months ending July 2025 down. Yeah, it's a little out of context. Like, people are still purchasing consoles, is what I'm getting from this, but younger people aren't. It's like a half truth. It's still somewhat true. For the younger people, you know, and I could that actually makes sense, because I mean the gamers that are older, maybe they don't want to build a PC, they just want to buy a console and just plug it in. That makes more sense. But the younger people are getting into PC gaming for all the things that I listed, and I would just like to say that, you know, GI, we took a lot of hits, man. People told us shut the fuck up. The human eye can't see more than 30 frames. Quit trying to help me. Quit trying to tell me how to improve my life, and look at it now. Shit is crazy, bro. Times is hard too for young folks. Yeah, the economy right now is not in the best place. They got pre-builds. Well, the problem with pre-builds is they cost more. I'm seeing the light. I'm finally breaking up with Xbox. I still play on my consoles. I've always said if you're on a tight budget, I do feel like you'll get the most bang for your buck, because you got the Sony exclusives, you got the Xbox exclusives, you got the Game Pass, better performance, better graphics. You don't have to pay for online. You can upgrade whenever you want, and you don't have to upgrade very often. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, you can use any controller that you want. I feel like I'm forgetting one more thing too. Oh, there's multiple different stores, so there's competition. You can find cheaper games that are not on. You can find the same game on Steam on another platform for cheaper, even cheaper. Yeah, mods. Oh, emulators, allegedly. It's just your best bang for your buck. So my thing, and like, I feel like if you are interested, because I'm not here to sway anybody. Like I said, I play on everything. But if you can afford a PS5 Pro, $700, you can afford a gaming PC. Just save up an extra $300. I know you got to wait a little bit longer. Say that $1,000 to $1,200. You just save up for the gaming PC. If you're on a budget, like, you might as well and get the best option. Yeah, but my PS4 can play Spotify. All right, buddy. And you learn a new skill, shit. Did you hear how Silk Song is an amazing game with great content for $20? Now that's pro consumer. Yeah, I heard it's got 100% on Metacritic too. Like, the fans are going crazy. This thing is stupid, bro. My shit can play Spotify though. Not just, oh yeah, and then also, yeah, it's not, I feel like that's another thing. That's actually a really good point, Taco. I feel like that's another thing that gets lost in translation with console gamers. Also, let's not forget, a gaming PC is not just a gaming PC, it's a PC. You can surf the web, you can watch movies. Because you have a gaming PC, you can edit videos. It's gonna be high end. You can use Photoshop. Like, it's also a workhorse. So it's multi-purpose. This shit is fucking funny. Can the human eye see 144 frames? I don't know. Jokes aside, I think the reason why some people believed the human eye couldn't see 60 frames is because a lot of you niggas are still on 720p 30 hertz monitors. There's a lot of niggas out here talking about how they can get 150 frames on a video game, but they got a 60 hertz monitor. Nigga, you can't even see it. I don't know if you know that, but you don't see it. If your monitor doesn't have the proper refresh rate, you don't fucking see it. Like, I'm playing 1440p 120 frames on a 60 hertz monitor. The truth be heard. That's not. So don't forget, if you want to get into PC gaming, you're also going to need to upgrade your monitor too, guys. Unless you're cool with just being stuck at 60 frames. There's nothing wrong with that either. Because I be playing at 60. I don't really care. I don't care about 120 frames. Let's just get 60 as the new standard. I already this. I had this in the last batch of articles. We'll skip this one. 30 FPS more cinematic. It's 24 frame. Like, yeah, that the funniest thing about that statement, because people dead ass used to say that, I don't give a fuck about 60 frames because 30 frames is more cinematic. That was such an ignorant statement, because 30 frames is not cinematic. Cinematic is 24 frames. For those unaware, movies, they're shot at 24 frames. That's how you get that cinematic look. So 30 frames is not cinematic. That's just a fucking lie. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, bruh. Oh shit. And you don't want your games to be cinematic, trust me, bro. You want the higher frame rate. Anyways, Wolfenstein developer says, we've always seen this as a trilogy. New Wolfenstein game on the rise? Wolfenstein 3 may be the next, maybe next for Developer Machine Games, which revived the Nazi slang first-person shooter franchise in 2014 with Wolfenstein: The New Order, and recently delivered Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Might I say that a new Wolfenstein would be perfect for this day and age? Shooting Nazis right now, with Nazism being on the rise in the United States. I think shooting Nazis this is a good time to shoot some. Speaking in an interview for the No Clip documentary on Machine Games, studio director Jerk Gustafsson offered hope for a third entry in the modern Wolfenstein saga to wrap up BJ Belinsky's adventures. We've always seen this as a trilogy, he said. This journey for BJ, even during the first weeks at ID, when we mapped out New Order, we had to plan for at least that character, what will happen in the second one and what will happen in the third one. I think that's important to say because at least I hope we're not done with Wolfenstein yet. We have a story to tell. Then they just talk about the previous game and all that other stuff. Yeah, so if you're looking, to me this says it's coming. There's no guaranteed date, but they're gonna make a third one. I'm about 80% sure the third one's coming. Now when, I don't know, because they just put out Indiana Jones and then they put out the Indiana Jones DLC. So I would give it another 2 or 3 years probably, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is next on the list for Bethesda games, because Machine is under Bethesda. First they got to put out Blade, but I wouldn't be surprised if after Blade, Wolfenstein 3 is next. What's said is that some people consider the Wolfenstein games controversially, specifically because you kill Nazis. It's a scary world we live in. Man, fuck them, bro. There's just certain things that like I stand on. They're like, for me, it's not even like a debate. And like as a person, as a human being, you should have certain boundaries. For me, it's death to all coons. We shooting Nazis. Death to all pedophiles. It's just certain things I don't play. I'm not. You could be mad about it. I don't give a fuck. You get shot too, nigga. How about that? I won't play that shit. It's death to all of them. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Goofballs. Ghost of Yote's co-director Nate Fox on if Sucker Punch would be okay with another studio remastering the Infamous series. He said that would be great. Translation: we got to find one, which means if you want Infamous remasters, it's more than possible. Lots of positive news. Isn't Blade Arcane? It is. But I was saying, if you notice, Bethesda tends to release one game at a time. So for those unaware, Bethesda is a developer / publisher, and they have a bunch of studios under them. So they have the main Bethesda Softworks, then they have Machine Games, and then they also have Arcane. They might have another one, id as well. So there's four studios under the Bethesda umbrella. But if you notice, they just came out with Doom, which was id, right? We know Blade is coming, which is Arcane, but they don't put out games that compete. Like when that space game came out, nothing came out after that. That shit sucked too. But that's not the point. When Doom came out, nothing came out and competed with Doom. You don't want to cannibalize yourself. So like we know Blade is coming. I think Blade is the next Bethesda game. I'm not saying that like don't forget about that. I'm not saying they were made by the same studio. I'm just saying that because they're under the same Bethesda umbrella, I don't see a world where they put out Blade and Wolfenstein 3 around the same time, because then you're cannibalizing yourself. But like, I think Blade will be next, and then there's a possibility. Yeah, one at a time, and then I think Wolfenstein would be afterwards. ZeniMax, my fault. But yeah, if you want to remaster, my question is, do y'all want to remaster like a collection of Infamous games? Infamous 1 and 2, and then Second Son like on one disc? Would y'all want that? Better visuals, better performance? Better pizza, better Papa John's, some shit. I don't know. No, not right now. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't really care. I prefer a new Infamous game, to be honest. I would only want this if they remade them with new quality of life changes, like an overhaul. Because I didn't play Infamous 1 and 2. My first Infamous, don't judge me, was Infamous Second Son, which was a great game. And then I played the one with the spinoff with Fetch as well. So like, I would like to see them remake it, like get the Metal Gear Solid treatment. It's been so long since I played the original. Yeah, PS3 was a long time ago. You are old. Bitch, where's Wolverine? It's coming. More positive news for all the people who say gaming is dead. Chronos: The New Dawn, which is the new horror shooter game, has sold over 200,000 copies on launch, with over 1 million wish lists, which means it'll probably crack 1 million at some point. But you know, for a small indie game, I think this is their first game. It's a W. I've seen a lot of positive sentiment on social media about this game. A lot of people are really loving it. The reviews are hovering around 8s and 7s, but a lot of people are really loving it. They're saying it does some very interesting and new mechanics in terms of horror games. So if you're into that, No, it's selling well. It's reviewing well. Another game. No excuse that you have nothing to play. There's plenty of different options. You need to play it. Honestly, I got too many games. I'm balling right now too. I got too many games. I'm playing Metal Gear and 2K right now. I'm balling. And I'm probably gonna be on Borderlands 4. I know Siggy got Borderlands 4 too. No balls in it. No ball. It's got a gun though. I don't have enough money for all these games. Hey, but that's what makes PC gaming so great. Going back to that, what you do is you put it on your wish list. You put it on your Steam wish list, and then for those who don't have a PC, you add it to your Steam wish list, and then whenever the game goes on sale, it'll tell you. You'll get a notification, or you just wait till a Steam sale, and you get it for $10. So I understand. Resident Evil 5 remake is not in development as claimed, which is funny because about 2 weeks ago I had a story saying that it might be in development. It looks like that might not be true, or it could be, depending on who you are. I don't know how y'all gonna take this news. According to a new leak, the Resident Evil 5 remake we're all asking for, I ain't asking for it, isn't happening anytime soon as claimed. There's more positive news about Code Veronica. That's what it is. Remake leaks, but it's a Chris Redfield-sized punch to the gut where a RE5 remake is concerned. That was the rumor. They're working on a Code Veronica remake, which from my understanding, isn't that a remake of a remake? And then they were saying possibly RE5 is coming after that, but they're saying that's not true. Capcom has delivered some sterling remakes in the last few years. Resident Evil 2 fully fledged remake blew everyone out of the water, and while the Resi 3 remake didn't reach the heights of the second game, it was still enjoyable and appreciated by fans. There have been reports for months about the next Resident Evil remakes, and a new leak from a reliable source provides fresh details. Resident Evil 5 remake reportedly not greenlit. The go-to leaker where Resident Evil news is concerned is back. Dust Golem, the Twitter user, is adamant that RE5's remake has not been greenlit at this time. In short, if the report is accurate, then Capcom might be discussing the project, but there's no go-ahead to start working on the Resident Evil 5 remake. This means a remake of the 5th game is still years away, and for now, we need to focus on the Resident Evil Requiem, and Resident Evil Survival Unit is the only confirmed game in the development. No, Code Veronica is its own game. I thought it was a remake. I thought somebody said it was a remake. Oh, my bad. How y'all feeling about this? They're saying it's not real. Why y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel about this not being on the table? You know what I think we need an actual remake of in terms of Resident Evil? What was that? What was it? Let me see. Evil. Was it Resident Evil Raccoon City? What was that shooter game? What was that shooter game called? Operation. This what we need a remake of. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Y'all remember this game? This shit was hot ass. I'm joking. We shouldn't remake this. This shit. I think it was like a third person shooter game or some shit. Shit was terrible. Oh my god. Was this the one? No, this ain't the one. Oh, Umbrella Corps. That's what it was. No, Umbrella Corps. That's not the one. I think this is it. Yeah, I think they shut down the servers. This is the one. It was a third person multiplayer shooter game. This shit was god awful. I think I played 2 games of this and I couldn't believe what I played. I said, why did they make this? I didn't even know it existed. It died within the first week of it coming out. You see, it's got mostly negative reviews. Remake that. That's what the people want. They said we need our own Call of Duty clone. No, we don't. Flabbergasted. And last but not least, got some negative news for you guys. A lot of people are calling X, Y, and Z the biggest flop of the year because, studying Steam numbers is like the #1 thing gamers love to do. But we have a new biggest flop nomination, and it goes to Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact with 10 people playing the game. I had this come across. I knew this game was going to flop when they announced it. They said the budget was $700,000. It was only launching with like 10 characters, like 2 game modes. It just looked ashy. I was like, and then you got Marvel Token, you got 2XO coming out, Invincible Versus. I was like, there's no reason to play this game, bro. There's no reason. So I knew this shit was gonna flop. I didn't think it was gonna flop this bad, bro. I kind of feel bad for the developer, man. Because if we finally got an anime game, it's not an arena fighter. It's a real fighter, and it just didn't do nothing. If like all you had to work with is a budget of $700,000, why even make the game? Like, why do that? Well, no, I don't want to say that because you can make a lot with a little. It just wasn't good enough. I'm not gonna say that. You can make a lot with a little. it just didn't. It wasn't where it needed to be. If only the manga came back. Shit's crazy. I remember when you had to play private matches before using for a refund for Umbrella Corps. I think I got a refund on that shit too. Going to the sub box. Let's see. Sparking. I think Sparking Zero got more players than that shit, bro. Going to the sub. Let me switch my account. What's in the sub box today? Wasn't a lot of news, so I doubt there's much. Destiny Rising. I heard that shit is better. The Legend of Babu official gameplay. That's more Destiny Rising. The Lonesome Guild. Okay. Jurassic World Evolution 3. Starfire Eternal Cycle. All this looks not interesting. Shard Squad. Neo Geo Super Pocket official launch. Random question, but what was Expedition 33's budget? Ethos says he thinks it's 50 million, but no, there's not a known number online. I don't know. Absolute Batman That Fire. I thought about copping. Yeah, it's good. They're actually selling the hard copies of it now. You can get the first 6 chapters in hard copy. Saw that Corey Kenshin thumbnail you passed. It's so funny how much people want him to not be secure in who he is. I don't even know what's going on with that. I didn't even see it. That's funny you spotted that. I don't know what's going on. Expedition, first slide. War Mechanic, Ghost of Yote official journey through Edge of Japan flyover. That's just a look at the world. Do you know when the trade paperback comes out? That's what I'm talking about. The trade paperback is out. You can get it as a trade paperback or it's a hardcover. I was tempted to buy it, but I mean, I already have like the first like 6 issues or some other shit. Like people fiend or try to mischaracterize people. He's going through similar things that happened to you during G4. It's that parasocial shit, bruh. He told his parasocial fans to stop dick riding him. That parasocial shit. I would not want an audience like that. Oh shit. Dead core locked unit. Like people grow up. Let that man be. He'll drop when he drops. At this point, it shouldn't be surprising who he is. There's a pattern. He makes videos, he disappears for 6 years, then comes back. Marvel Mystic Mayhem. What is this? Like, why does that surprise anybody? It's out. The second volume of the trade paperback is out for pre-order. It's coming out in February. Yeah, no, I seen it in store. I was tempted to buy it, but I was like, I already have the singles. I was like, I don't want to buy it because then it's just, and I've read it already. It's just gonna be sitting on my shelf. Maybe if they come out with like a what's the big joint? The omnibus. Whenever it's done, maybe I'll get that. But like, I don't want to buy the trade paperback because I already got like the main singles. There's nothing really interesting in the sub box. Bro, I do not want a fan base like Speeds. They be showing up on the stream calling them racial slurs and shit. Did you see the 4th quarter of the Bills and the Ravens? I don't watch football, buddy. I don't know anything that's going on in football. The Legend of Babu. Babu. Baba Booey, Baba Booey. Action puzzle platformer. I see the vision, but the graphics are weird. I don't know what it is. I can't articulate it either. Something's off about the game to me. Wait, you watching basketball but not football? That is not a shot, guys. I've never been a football fan and I never will be. I just can't get into the CTE ball. It's just not for me, guys. There's no secret I'm not a football fan. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take it a step further. I don't even think most of y'all are football or sports fans, period. Most of you niggas are just parlay fiends. Gambling fiends. That's what y'all are. The Legend of Babu. It looks okay, but I'm gonna get off that. Parlay hell. Did you hear about the voice actor for Teen Titans Beast Boy? Really sad situation. Nah, what happened?
Bombshell.
Shout out to Super Bowl Snow with the sub. Appreciate it. What's wrong with trying to make money? What's wrong with it is my argument for niggas who do parlays is y'all be the same niggas that say you can't afford a PS5 or you can't afford to invest in the stock market, but you niggas be doing 10 parlays a fucking day. And don't say you don't, because I watched a video yesterday from what's the British guy who does the talk show? I like him. The one with the glasses. He does like a bunch of like heavy hitting topics. He did one on sports betting and he was just talking about how like DraftKings and all these apps and shit. John Oliver, and like how all these apps are so predatory, you know, and like he was just showing all the practices and shit like that. I was like, damn, I didn't know it was that fucking bad, the sports betting. Oh, it's not you, huh? FanDuel. Okay, it's not you. It's somebody out there. Fucking people betting their future on them damn apps, bro, and how they just constantly send notifications. Hey, you haven't betted in 2 days. Like, here's an extra $10. Like, I know. Saying this because he's a Wizards fan, by the way. I feel like you were trying to make a Wizards suck joke, but you failed miserably to the point where I'm not even gonna give you a 600. Was your argument that I don't like football because I'm a Wizards fan? I don't understand. I don't get the correlation on that one. I'd argue that means I'm actually a basketball fan. If I'm a Wizards fan and I stick by them, that means I love the sport of the game. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's just yapping. This nigga don't dick ride everybody, bro. Warner Bros. Fired the Beast Boy voice actor after he announced he got Parkinson's. Was that on purpose or just really bad timing? That's unfortunate. I thought he was cooking with that. Dick ride and Obama. Got fired after he announced it. Fucking DC, man. Fucking DC. Yeah, I'm not playing this. Did you see the new vampire game called Dawnwalker? Yeah, that looked okay. Chronos a solid 8 for me so far. Okay. Commanders are actually good too. Still not watching. Now, if the Commanders win the Super Bowl, I'm gonna act like I'm a fan just to troll and piss y'all off. I'm gonna come on stream with a fucking Commanders jersey, man. Y'all know I've been to every game this season. I'm not playing that shit either. This nigga don't even watch football. I've been watching football. Shut the fuck up, man. Oh my goodness. What the hell is this? Yeah, I'm good off. None of these trailers look good from the thumbnail. Started playing Expedition 33. I understand now. Shout out to Kalane. We see you. What in the fake ass Pokemon is this shit?
Peggy 16.
FTC.
Mission 1. Start.
Who's buying the Neo Geo Super Pocket? I heard of Mayo Punk? Nah, what's that? The Neo Geo doesn't have enough interesting games for them to sell their own handheld, especially because you can just emulate this shit on your fucking phone at a better frame rate. Did you see the new Lenovo Legion Go 2? Now is that a handheld? Them handhelds are getting too expensive, man. Is it another $1,000 handheld? Oh, this shit looks terrible off rip. Tulsa University? Has anyone ever met anyone that had a Neo Geo? Nope.
I want you to remember that
we won't be remembering. What did you link? Womp Xavier.
Recently, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals on handhelds because playing a casual shooter on a couch on one of these things is so much fun. Until I get on a losing streak, because at that point I will plug up a mouse and keyboard to one of these things to try to secure a W. I know, I'm pathetic, please don't judge me. But when this thing showed
That's
up...
why y'all be losing. This nigga playing competitive shooters on a fucking handheld. That's why I don't play Marvel Rivals. This community is crazy.
Because it's new hardware, and as we all know, new hardware makes
you don't get a mouse and keyboard.
But this is the most powerful and most complete gaming handheld package on the market right now. This runs the new Z2 Extreme chip from AMD. It has a sweet new OLED panel, 120 hertz variable refresh rate, 500 nits, supports 8.
It's got a 144 hertz screen. The human eye can't see more than 30 frames. Why the fuck is that in a handheld?
HDR, new speakers, new D-pad, new sticks, better ergonomics, and the battery's 50% bigger this time around than the previous generation. This is the most premium gaming handheld on the market. There's no question about it. However, in order to deliver this super premium experience, there are some trade-offs. The Legion Go 2 has gotten noticeably bigger, it's noticeably heavier, the fans are louder, presumably to handle the extra heat, and it's much more expensive. So bigger, thicker, heavier, louder, more expensive. These are all characteristics that are like the opposite of what we would want gaming handhelds to be, right? We want these things to be thinner, lighter, quieter, cheaper, if possible. Like, we've had 3 years.
1,500, big as hell. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of defeating the purpose. Like, when it comes to handhelds, I want it to be a handheld. Like, I feel like the PSP was the perfect size. The 3DS was a great size. Like, these big ass fucking handhelds, these bitches cost $2,000. I think these companies that are coming out with competitors to Steam Deck are failing to realize why the Steam Deck is so popular. It's not just the performance you get on it, it's the price to perform. It's $400, okay? And you get a handheld gaming PC. I don't want to pay, if I'm gonna pay $1,500, I'll just get a fucking laptop. Because then I can play games and I can do Photoshop and surf the web and whatever else I want to do, right? But like, this just strictly for a handheld gaming device is too much.
In a row now where we've been going down this path of like more and more and more. And I think this whole product genre has this growing problem. And it stems from this thing right here, the Steam Deck. So when this thing came out in 2022, this was, I think it was $400. And at the time, it's a decent performer. It was inexpensive.
Or a regular desktop.
And so for all the other companies that made gaming handhelds, they realized that we cannot compete at $400 like Valve, because Valve has a massive advantage. They own...
Niggas will buy one of these and say they can't afford a PS5. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like,
so anytime you sell one of these things, it's just like a vessel. It's like a tool for them to just sell more games and make money through games. But for everyone else...
Just put a down payment on that shit.
All the other companies, they have to rely on performance. They have to rely on making a product that is different from the Steam Deck, that can do things that the Steam Deck can't do. Now, on the Legion Go 2, it does a lot of cool stuff. It has different modes you can set the device in.
Why the fuck would I ever do this? I didn't buy the gaming headset to type on it. Get a laptop. This is not cool to me. I don't want to do this. I got it to play games.
For playing games or watching stuff or even doing work if you want. And the
this is awful.
More comfortable because the buttons and the controller shape have been redesigned. And this FPS mode thing is legit. It's a very usable mouse when you need it. The new OLED screen is also awesome. 8.8 inches, great viewing angles, a good size for watching stuff. It is lower resolution than before. It's now 1200p instead of...
Using Klarna.
Because it's an OLED, the visual experience on this is noticeably better than what we saw on the previous generation. And also, if you do drop down to a lower resolution, like 800p, it doesn't have integer scaling, at least not clean integer scaling anymore, but it still looks really good on this panel. Battery life is definitely better than the first gen, but because it's a big OLED screen, it's still...
You can dock it in a monitor, though?
When it comes
then build a PC. It's the same thing.
to performance, at the top end, so like the highest wattage performance, it's like a 10, maybe 15% bump over the previous gen. It's not a massive gain. The bigger gains come at lower wattages, so like that 10 to 15 watt range.
And then the battery lasts 30 minutes.
And we see like a 25 to 40%, but sometimes even like a 60% increase in performance over the previous generation. The thing is though, this is a $1,500 device. I don't feel like most people are interested in this thing to play like 2D and indie titles. They want something to play top-end titles, and they're probably not going to want to be playing it at low wattages. Otherwise, they'll just get Steam Decks instead of Z2 Extreme devices. And that's the problem with the entire industry right now. In 2025, we have an entire genre of products that are just super expensive. These are gaming handhelds that are bordering the price of like 16-inch gaming laptops. They're painfully expensive. They're also thicker, heavier, louder, bigger, but the price is the pain point. You see, the Legion Go 1 is now $700 at Best Buy.
And then this shit, you know it don't got good airflow, so this shit burning your dick off. Shit, you might be laying on the couch playing it, listening to the TV, and then you drop it on your chest. Now your fucking nipples is raisins. They gonna turn them bitches to crisps.
It's not even like the cheapest you can get it out there, but
burn your fucking nips off
for that money. This thing, Legion Go 2, is almost $1,500. It's over double the price for what I would say is like a mild improvement in performance. The hardware you get with it, fantastic. The screen, the controller, the new mouse, the new ergonomics, all great stuff, but $1,500 is so expensive. Like at this rate, Z3 Extreme devices are gonna be like $2,000. It's just
Smash your head
it's
in
wild.
ice
This is
like
not what
Batman.
handhelds.
You could probably cook a burger on this
Like
thing.
crazy chase for price and performance. Like it's not what this product genre should be. What I would like to see is just pump the brakes on chasing hardware and just focus on supporting and optimizing the heck out of these existing chips and just make them awesome and make that experience cheaper, thinner, lighter, better. But the Legion Go 2, if you can afford
The
it,
screen is nice on this
the
though.
best Windows
It's a
gaming
nice
console on the
device.
market. It's awesome.
Just too much.
$1,500. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video.
I feel like it's tone deaf too to release a product like that in this economy. A $15 headset, like people are struggling. Like, did y'all see the report on the jobs market? Jobs are scarce. If you're thinking about quitting your job, you know, I wouldn't do it right now. We are losing more jobs than we are gaining because of that guy you guys elected. The economy, for once, is not looking good. So now we got to listen to these PS4 niggas talk about how they can't find a job. I hate that shit. And I got to let it rock because there's truth to it. I just feel like this is tone deaf. Like people are hurting for cash, paycheck to paycheck. I read that most Americans are $500 away from being bankrupt. They're one hospital bill away from being on the streets. It's not that deep, TBH. Come on, bro. I know, right? It's not that fucking deep. So, like, to put this out is just tone deaf to me. Like, come on, bro. Who the fuck can afford this besides the 1%? We at war with them. Yeah, who are you fucking marketing to? Like, too rich for my blood. Dreadcore Locked Unit official gameplay trailer. Heard about the farmers regretting their votes? Yeah, I seen. Yeah, I read that the state of Nebraska, I think it was, is like on the verge of collapse because like they lost a lot of their workers. Like people are fucking stupid. Y'all thought I was joking when I said a lot of people vote off vibes. These niggas do not think, bro. And the worst part is their vote matters just as much as yours. It's crazy. Like, I don't fuck them. What do you want me to do? we got to ride this one out, guys. 3 more years. Woo!
In here, you'll never be alone.
This looks terrible. Trump gave off terrible vibes, though. Well, see, that's where you misunderstand things. What's a good vibe is subjective. To you and I, it may not be a good vibe, but to some people, it's not. Like you know what I realized today? Like I see Cybertrucks like everywhere in LA, and every time I saw one today when I was walking to the gym, and every time I see a Cybertruck, I look at the driver. I swear to God, every Cybertruck driver looks the same. They're all super douchey. They usually have like a beard with like big ass sunshades, like whatever. Think of like the worst Call of Duty player you can think of. They're all super douchey dude bros. And like to those type of people, like to him, he's a good vibe. You have to keep that in mind. Everybody's perspective on life is different. A lot of people are super individualistic. They don't give a fuck about anything other than what they got going on. And that is why we are in the situation that we are in. Ugly fuck. That car is ugly as shit. I seen one today. They definitely, yeah. This voice acting. Yeah, you see a Cybertruck driver, you be like, yeah, you look like you drive one.
Has usurped the throne, expelled me from Atlantis, and forced my people into bondage. Then let us embark at once to the seat of my kingdom. Atlantis, my kingdom, my crown jewel. I won't allow that filthy.
Is this a game?
Am down in my fury, imperious wreck.
I'm good off this. No, thank you.